Hello everybody and welcome back to Console Peasant Quotes, the only series on the internet that highlights the fanboy mentality straight from the mouths of the offenders. Hey Barry, where can I submit a quote for the series? That's a good question. If you have a quote that you'd like to see in this series, go ahead and post it to my Reddit. Link below in the description. Now, without any further ado, let's begin. Lol, you are so adorable, though PC games is one of the earliest forms of video games that doesn't make it superior to the other forms of video games. If you ask me, just like you have the forms of human being, I feel as though PC games would be the social age of human beings, while as though regular, lol, see how I use the word regular, would be the human being at the apex of its life. I actually feel sorry for you PC gamers because y'all controller is a keyboard. I don't mean any offense here, sweetie, but it's pretty easy to tell that you aren't a PC gamer. You type like you just discovered what a keyboard is. But then, I guess that's the price you pay for being an apex human being, right? Modern-day iPhones are already more powerful than PS4, and the newer MacBook Pros with M1 Max are literally as powerful as PS5, and those are mobile chips. Okay, so I started looking up the M1 Max chip to see if it was in fact more powerful than the PS5's GPU, and the first comment I read was, PS4 GPU is less than 2 teraflops, M1 is 2.6 teraflops, PS4 Pro is more than 4 teraflops. Well, I guess I don't know what I expected. I want you guys to think of it this way. Say you had a full-size pool and you had a bunch of friends over for pool parties. You could slap each other with the pool noodles, you had squirt gun fights, Marco Polo, you had swimming races. Say the pool had small jets on the sides, and these jets push water at about 2 miles an hour. One of your friends buys a hot tub and starts telling you that his jets shoot water at 6 miles an hour. That's over double the power. The guy's an idiot. Sure, the hot tub is nice, but the difference is not dependent on the jets. It's what you can do with the system. Back to the cell phones versus dedicated video game consoles. It doesn't matter if a cell phone has more power than a PS4. It's impressive, sure, but are you playing Spider-Man, God of War? Are you engaged in intense Call of Duty wars with your friends? I'm sorry, but that power isn't really doing much for you. The platform is too different. Now, if you told me that you plug your phone into your TV, Bluetooth a couple controllers to it, and straight up game from the thing, I'd call that impressive, and honestly, that could be the future of video game consoles, but it's not right now. It's just kind of silly to compare specs like that until our cell phones do have access to all the games that we play at the moment. It kind of confuses me when people say, "Oh yeah? Well, my processor has a bigger dick than your processor." Yeah? What do you do with that? Call my mom? Wait, is it possible to get two 980 Ti and making his PC faster? So that it's calculate double the pixel and all of it wrong? What? Okay, I'm sorry to laugh, but that's just funny. Okay, running 2 GPUs will not increase the speed of a PC. A faster processor and more RAM will typically increase the performance in everyday use. In games, 2 GPUs actually makes the thing worse a lot of the time. I ran SLI a couple times and I stopped doing that forever ago. Game developers don't really put in the effort when it comes to dual GPUs, so if you want to calculate double the pixel, you just want to get a nice GPU. So this guy posts a question. My iPhone XS Max was remotely hacked and cloned as well. I asked the question, how do I unsync with another device and how to, and I don't know how it finishes off, but someone replied, I didn't read past your title, an iPhone can't be hacked. I imagine this guy is sitting there with his hacked phone. He goes online looking for an answer and he sees this thinking, oh yeah, well I guess my phone's fine then. 30 FPS looks the same to me as 60 FPS and I'm tired of pretending it doesn't. Listen, I'm not talking about my eyes adjusting, I mean literally I do not see a difference and just smile and nod. Yeah, no offense, but you look like one of those people who can't see the difference. I've got a couple theories on this. I used to get pissed off when people said this because I thought they were trolling or being stupid, but I wonder if this might be a real thing. Maybe some people can't see the difference, and I really wish there was some science on this. So I've got a couple theories. The first theory, those who cannot see the difference are NPCs. They haven't been coded to see 60 FPS because it's not necessary for the simulation. That's a weird theory. Let's go into theory 2. It's like aphantasia, where you can't form pictures in your mind. For some reason, some people can't perceive the difference in high motion media. It's all just natural motion to them. Last theory, they never actually sat down and tried. They just emotionally attach themselves to an idea that 30 FPS is fine for some reason and are so soldered to that idea that they refuse to even try. The fact that the comments about this are so heated leads me to believe that Theory 3 is likely what's going on. Polygon releases a tweet, Final Fantasy VII Remake coming to PC with $69.99 console game pricing. Someone replies, dead on arrival. JTech TV replies, that's good. It lets them know to stop putting games on PC altogether. Oh, JTech. I honestly can't wait for the day that this guy figures it all out. He's going to buy a PlayStation game one day, it's going to be a pile of crap, and he's going to think, if I return this game, tell all my friends that it was a waste of money, and then nobody buys the game, it'll tell the company that they should actually have tried. They should be fair, and they should sell the game for a fair price. Whoa, as a consumer, I have more power than I thought. I don't have to just worship a company. They have to show me that they deserve my money. Honestly, I think JTech could get there one day. Keep going, man. You'll get it eventually. I really need to eventually buy Killing Floor 2 on my Xbox because I have it on PC, but I want to play it on a bigger screen. Allow me to demonstrate something to you. Alright, so I just plugged my computer into the TV downstairs, and that was easy. It hurts my eyes and my soul to see people wanting this to be ported. Quit being cheap and just buy a Switch. This is one of those exclusives that helps sell Nintendo's hardware. They're not going to release PS or Xbox ports and lose money through decreased console sales. It's not smart from a business perspective, and I have no problem supporting Nintendo if it helps finance game development titles like Smash. I think there's a problem with your logic here. If Nintendo wanted to sell Switches, that's fine. If they want to sell games, what's the best way to do that? Restrict them to only one console? Does that really sound like a forever successful business model? Sony and Microsoft have realized that doesn't work anymore, and I think Nintendo might figure that out eventually as well. People steal Nintendo games all the time to play them on emulators. You got frame rate mods, resolution hacks, tons of modded content, and if Nintendo opened a DRM on PC, Xbox, and PlayStation, they'd sell less consoles, sure, but more games for damn sure. I also have no problem supporting Nintendo, but if I have my preferred gaming platform, and I'm not going to change, that's Nintendo missing out just as much as I am. It's a lose-lose, and they're the ones who could easily change that. Sure, although it's basically covered in my first post, your primary hang-up is thinking that new hardware is suddenly going to change the minds of game producers and players. It never has and never will. If you'd have said your standard was 60 FPS, I'd find that believable. In fact, I'm sure that's probably the case. Most people don't think that way. Hell, most PC gamers don't even realize there are options they can change, and most of the ones that do may not understand or even care what most of the options do. You're looking through an enthusiast's eyes, but not seeing that most gamers aren't enthusiasts. Actually, that's a really good point. I've always suggested people go into the settings of their video games and change them around to get the desired frame rate they're looking for. For me, frame rate is what determines how I adjust my graphics settings. If I can run the game at 60 FPS, I'm fine. If I can run the game at a higher frame rate without sacrificing too many of my visual settings, I'll do that. But it all comes down to preference. And I want to give a tip out there to those who just fire up a game without adjusting settings. If you find the settings menu complicated, you can go to the NVIDIA Settings app or the AMD Radeon software. Click on the game you want to play, customize the frame rate you'd like to have, the resolution you want to play at, and hit Optimize. The software will launch your game at the best settings for your machine. Now, if you went in and adjusted the settings to your liking, you're going to do a better job than the software. So I recommend looking this up and figuring out what the settings do. But, just in case, I wanted to help out. So this guy revised a review on the best computer he ever owned. I got the version with only 50 gigabytes. I mean, it just comes with the PC ecosystem. Lots of issues, troubleshooting, fear of viruses, electrician surges, overheating, upgrade parts whenever something new comes out, downloading 15 different launchers, having to change the password every month because Windows sucks. Oh my god, I've honestly never heard that one before. Electrician surges. Yeah, I don't know what happened, but my electrician came over the other day to fix the wall outlet. He went in my game room and he just surged. Kept bursting into flames, the power was cutting out like a damn EMP went off. This is why I game on console. Why the would I want to play with keyboard and mouse when I can comfortably play with a controller on my couch? I ain't playing games to compete at a world-class level. That is your opinion, and I appreciate it, but most people prefer keyboard and mouse over controller in games like shooters. You don't have to be so aggressive/rude towards different opinions. No, there is a reason consoles are so popular. People prefer controllers. Don't let Reddit minority fool you. Let's take a look at the top esports gamers, shall we? Johan Sunstein, keyboard and mouse. Jesse Venica, keyboard and mouse. Onathan Pham, keyboard and mouse. Sebastian Debs, keyboard and mouse. I think the reason they play like this is cause you can turn so fast! Now let's try a controller.
Eee! Look at me win!
Stupid PC master race boys. On PC, your little screen can only achieve 60 FPS because you're capped to 60 Hz, while the PS4 can have up to 1080 FPS because it has horizontal zeta hertz of 1080 Hz. So, yeah. This is a troll. I can tell because it's absolutely too stupid to be real. Welcome to the series, but your fake stupidity is too obvious. Time for our forces to merge and take on the real enemy, PC gamers. Like, imagine paying thousands of pounds for slightly better graphics, a frustrating control system, your computer to overheat so much that your house burns down, and multiple spine problems. I'm actually working on developing the spine problems as we speak, but you forgot to talk about our neck beards, how we're all single and lonely, parents' basement, acne all over, socially awkward. What other traits do we have? Oh yeah, we got small wieners. Yeah, I think that's it. Down with PC gamers! Poor PC No Bloodborne, no God of War, no Spider-Man, no Horizon Zero Dawn, nothing. I love playing games on a solid 30 FPS, because it's more cinematic. We're coming for them all. The irony of PC gamers complaining about a console less expensive than a graphics card. Now here we go. This is real and annoying. COVID screwed the market, crypto screwed the market, scalpers screwed the market, and now our graphics cards are impossible to find and expensive as hell. It makes me very sad because I'm going to build a new PC soon and I'm thinking I might have to go full second hand to get everything from this ridiculous market. If I do build a PC with secondhand parts alone, I'll make a video of the process. I think that'd be fun and nobody's ever done anything like that before, so original content warning. PC has no games. Once the PS5 drops amazingly informational streams they had, PC will sure be dead in no time. Xbox Series X is a bomb, and can outmatch the most powerful PCs there are. Trust me, I was a PC gamer. It's not a good time to be one. Expensive hardware, lack of games, piracy, I can go on. Consoles are just a better, more friendly environment. Oh yeah, you seem friendly. Look at you, being all nice. I guess PC gaming's gonna fail pretty soon, guys. Get to the lifeboats, pick up a console as soon as you can, I'm going down with the ship. This may be an unpopular opinion, but if PC gaming wasn't a thing, I don't think I would play video games as much anymore. AAA games aren't exactly enough to keep me reeled in, I no longer have my mods, I can't adjust my settings, I don't get the joy of building my own PC, and I'll be damned if you're gonna try and make me spend money just to play games with my buddies. It just wouldn't be worth it to me. So I'll just hold out here on the PC until it inevitably fails. How weird, the platform with the highest game sales is going under, but I mean, this guy said it was. I mean, the people in this series seem like objective, careful researchers, so no reason to doubt him, right? And since the PC is dying, that's where we're going to end today's episode. Thank you all for watching. Now, I know I never do this, but if you'd like to support the channel, I have a link to my Patreon in the description. Otherwise, go into the comments and send the algorithm crazy. Thank you all so much, and I'll see you in the next quotes.